Hi, Rachel.
Hi.
First, let me say that I really appreciate you taking the time to meet with me. I want you to understand from the very beginning that my goal is to come in and give you not to come here and give you a presentation about what it is I think that you want to hear, but rather have a conversation to see if we can develop a win-win working relationship. A lot of real estate agents are willing to sacrifice a win-win working relationship in order to simply take a listing. And I want you to know right up front, I don't operate that way. For me, it's a win-win or no deal. Now, in order to create a win-win working relationship, I first must uncover your needs and goals in this transaction. Therefore, I'm going to ask you some very specific questions and take notes. Will that be okay?
Yeah, sure.
Great. Once we have defined your specific needs and goals in this transaction, we will discuss and agree on the most appropriate price. After that, we will thoroughly review the roles and expectations necessary for a successful working partnership. Is that agreeable to you?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I want you to rest assured that anything said here tonight will remain totally confidential. So please feel free to be as open and honest with me as you feel you can be. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair.
Great. With that said, let's talk about your vision of a successful transaction.
Okay.
Okay, Rachel, on a scale from 1 to 10, with 10 being the very, very desirable and 1 being not desirable at all, what one thing has to happen to make the sale of your home a 10 for you? In other words, what has to happen for you to consider the sale of your home a success?
Well, I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer, but I want to get the best price possible.
Okay.
The highest price.
Okay, great. So, what's important to you about price?
Well, I have a lot of money into the house, John. I still have a sizable note on it, and with commissions paid and everything. I mean, I want to walk away with it, some money in my pocket. So, as much as possible is better.
I completely understand that. Is there anything else important to you about the price?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it.
Okay. What one thing could you add making this sale a 10 plus for you?
I mean, I would like to not have to, do this forever. I can't imagine, leaving the house for showing appointments like for 6 months, So, I mean, sooner rather than later would be better for me.
So timing.
Yeah.
Okay. What's important to you about timing?
Like I just said, the convenience factor, I think.
Convenience.
Yeah.
Okay. And is there anything else important to you about the timing of the sale of your home?
Well, I think I told you this over the phone, but I just got a divorce. Fairly recently. I bought this home with my husband, and there's a lot of memories here. So I'm ready to move on.
No, I completely understand.
Yeah, and downsize. I mean, the carrying cost for this house is significant. So, I'm ready to move on.
Okay. So if we can add just one other thing, thus making this sale a 10 plus plus, what would that be?
Well, I mean, I like to have a really healthy working relationship with my realtor.
Okay, so
that would be ideal. Yeah, communication.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything else important to you about the communication that we have?
I mean, I want to trust that person and feel like they're honest with me. I know. I mean, this is nothing against you, but I know a few realtors in this town who have not done that for other people that I know.
Oh, believe me, Rachel. My goal to communicate with you and have a win-win work relationship is my number one priority.
Okay.
And I feel that by the end of this conversation, I hope that you feel that way.
Okay.
Okay, great. Of these 3 things, Rachel, what's the most important to you?
Um,
Price, The timing or the communication?
The price.
The price.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, what's the second most important thing to you?
You know, I think you really like the convenience factor, so probably the timing.
timing.
The price, yeah, the price and the timing are the most important to me,
Okay.
and then of course the communication is important
Okay,
too.
leaving the communications
Yeah.
to last.
Yeah.
Okay, well, fair. So what you've told me here is being completely, excuse me. So what you're telling me is that the price of your home is the most important thing. Is
Yes.
that right?
Yes.
Okay. Let me assure you that the goal is indeed to get the highest price possible of their house for you. And really, getting you the highest price possible revolves around two basic components, price and exposure. Since exposure does us little good if the home is incorrectly priced, we should first focus on developing a pricing strategy that will lead us to the most appropriate price entry point. Let me ask you this, Rachel. Do you think a pricing strategy is important?
Well, yeah.
Okay, share with me why you feel that way.
Well, it's important to get the best price for my home. I mean, it's really kind of why I'm hiring you, because you have a price strategy and I do not.
Exactly.
You know?
What we must remember is that the pricing game is all about justification. Therefore, we must put ourselves in the position to defend our list price.
Yeah.
The moment we are unable to defend our list price, we lose leverage. And when we lose leverage, Rachel, we start to leave money on the table. Now, to me, leaving money on the table is simply unacceptable. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I do.
Great. Let me show you the research I've already done.
Okay.
All right, Rachel. So there are three sheets in the real estate process. There's a sold sheet, there's a dream sheet, and the expired sheet. The sold sheet represents what we can expect to get in this area at this time. 100% of the people on the sold sheet has already achieved what you have trying to achieve. They've sold their home. The dream sheet is our competition and tells us what people are hoping to get in this area at this time. What most people don't realize is that only about 50% of the homes of the dreamers actually make it to the sold sheet the first time around. The other 50% go on to the dreaded expired sheet. This is the sheet of rejected properties and tells us what people are not willing to pay in this market. Do you want to position yourselves in a way where we are expecting to sell our home or hoping to sell our home, Rachel?
Expecting to sell the home.
Right. Then based upon the needs we uncovered tonight, what sheet do you believe we should primarily study to determine our price?
The sold sheet.
Exactly. Exactly. Let us look at the most important research. What has actually sold in your area. Okay. So we'll go through the sold comps and Rachel, looking at the sold information available, can you understand how a reasonable buyer would price their home somewhere between $600,000 and $700,000?
It's kind of a gut punch, but yeah. Yes, I do. Yeah,
So
I get the justification.
Okay. So based upon your needs, where do you feel we should price your home?
Well, I would say that I would be way more comfortable putting it as high as possible. I mean, especially, I understand I was too high. I do understand that I was too high, and I understand that my house expired off the market because it priced it too high. But still, I'm still coming down $200,000 if I list at $7,000. At $700,000. So, I mean, I would prefer to be at $700,000.
Okay. Share with me why you feel that way.
Well, like I just said, I mean, I'm coming down $200,000 from the last time I listed it.
Okay.
I mean, anybody who has access to that information is going to be able to see that I am coming down on the price.
Right. Okay.
I mean, all that information's online nowadays.
Well, I agree. Let's make sure that this price actually indeed satisfies your needs. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, Rachel. Let's switch gears for a moment. Now that we have agreed on the price entry point, there's one more area we need to cover. It's been my experience that conflict arises when expectations differ. Would you agree?
Yes.
Great. With that in mind, let me share with you what I feel you have the right to expect from me and my roles as your selling consultant. As you can see, my pledge to you is, and I'll hand you my roles.
Thank you.
So after reviewing my marketing plan, do you feel your home will be well exposed and promoted?
Yeah, I can see that it would.
Is there anything in this plan that concerns you or that you would change?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. Now since this is going to be a partnership, let me share with you what I feel I have a right to expect from you and your roles as a partner.
Okay.
Here, hand you your roles. Okay, Rachel, do you think we have clearly defined our roles and expectations?
I feel we have.
Do you think they are fair?
I do. Do you?
Yes. Is there anything else that we should include on this list?
Not that I can think of.
Okay, Rachel, do you see the value in what I do?
Yeah, I do, John. Mm-hmm.
Do you see more value in me than your previous realtor?
Yeah, I do. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Great. Well, after our conversation, I feel we have the makings of a win-win working relationship, Rachel. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would.
Do you feel that I could handle the job of selling your home?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Let's move ahead then. I brought the contract here today.
Okay.
Okay, good.